Welcome to Nedra Historical, where a story unfolds using tarot and oracle. Hey everybody, hey viewers. I know it's been a few weeks. I apologize as usual. Sometimes we get caught up with work and home life and children, and with me, it was work. And the type of work I do is physical and it's outside in nature. And this time I got that damn poison ivy, so I was scratching for damn near 2 weeks, going into 3 weeks, still trying to heal from that. So that's why you guys haven't seen a video in a few. But here I is, and a lot has happened since then. But anyways, clear the area and alert the spiritual realm to assist in this read that I was pulled to do. I wanted to do it for the past week, and I said, let's get to it. So, I don't know if you all have been interviewing, if you all have been following the story of the Frenchmen and Dutchess Dior. The day before Father's Day, which was June 14th, this husband and wife couple on live Facebook, TikTok, and whatever other platform they went live on. They were airing out dirty laundry amongst each other, and it ended up with both being not physically here with us anymore. The husband was known as the Frenchman. His name was Shamarka's Card, and his wife was known as Dutchess Dior, Zaria Card. They had two children amongst each other, which unfortunately is left without both parents physically being here. So what I wanted to do is use the enemy and the energy deck, to see what was going on with them, what type of actions was being played out, and people that was involved in things. And to me, in a tarot land, I feel like the Frenchman was a knight in reverse. You know, they have they're impulsive and lack of direction, and when they're impulsive, they'll do things not in a way of, I would say, legally, you know, something that could come back in a karmic debt that they'll have to pay for, you know. May enjoy it for a little bit, but it may cost them their life or their well-being. Knights in reverse are also like players, you know, dibbling dabbling with different women, you know. They're not acceptable of failure, you know, and they could be like, you know, mentally unstable, I'll say. So I feel like he was acting out in a knight in reverse, and I believe Zaria was an empress in reverse. You know, she was a go-getter, make things happen, you know, wanted to live nice, you know, luxurious things. And in reverse, she will have no honor or loyalty to her husband or her longtime lover. It's like if she had somebody on the side that was gonna, you know, take care of her necessities financially, oh yeah, Empress in reverse will step outside of their marriage or long-term situation, you know, if they have like a backup plan dealing with somebody else, you know, they're not going to turn down the offer, you know. And Empress in reverse also could be like really masculine and authoritative if they're holding a weight, you know, making sure the home is taken care of, the kids is taken care of. So yeah, she's gonna defamate her significant other's character if, you know, that male is not making things happen like she feels like they should, you know, have, like living a life of comfortability. And I feel like he wanted that too, you know. Both of them, you know, I feel like materialistically they wanted the best, but I feel like she was more driven, and if he kind of said F it and slacked up, mapping out a plan to make something happen, she kept stepping, and she was like, you have to catch up, and if you're not going to catch up and make it happen, then you know. But anyways, I'm running my mouth too much. Let's see what the cards say. I mean, I feel like he was he probably was a distorted king. He probably was a king in a past life, and she was his queen. They were a karmic couple, you know, as people are saying, toxic. So them two probably had an assignment to come back in this lifetime to get it right, and it didn't play out. They were too much tit for tat, and female cousins at odds. So there was a female cousin involved in this that she was at odds with, or the female cousin was at odds with her. Oh, there's a few cards wanting to show out. I mean, come out. But we'll show. Yeah, see this stuff. Well, know what? I'll pull them out after I read this one. A male you fell out with or who dislikes you is threatening or has shared a private text or recorded conversation you didn't want exposed. Oh, wow. So there was a male, and that could have been allegedly, or that could have been somebody that Zaria was dealing with, was going to put some information out there about a private text or recorded conversation. Let's see. A voodoo doll is being used to cause physical pain to you. Dark magic was brought up in a situation with them too. A male who is very well known locally, nationally, internationally, had celebrity status is involved. So it could have been a person who was well known locally, nationally, or internationally, like they had some type of celebrity status. Oh, wow. Oh, oh, ooh. An incubus demon, meaning this person had a sex demon attached to them. There was another one wanted to come out that when I go around again, I'll shuffle and ask that it be shown again. Okay. Male angry with the universe for receiving and paying karmic debt. So obviously that was the deceased male spoke of, and I mentioned that, you know, before I started to pull, that karma can come with some of this stuff. So this person was angry that things were not playing out in his favor, you know, lack of finances, you know, being accused, and you know, health-wise things went on. So, and he's screaming out to God, like, why is this happening to me? Not thinking about some things that you did while you were on this earthly plane that you have to be held accountable for, you know. So next it says, take a spiritual bath to cleanse your energy and protect your auric shield. Speak your intentions into the water. This was for Zaria. If she'd have like chilled herself out, and they did have a pic of her soaking in the water, I saw at some point, with broken fingernails and stuff. You know, she needed an energy cleansing and clearing from the type of spirit that she was tied to. You know, y'all know what I'm getting at. Mirror magic, using mirrors as a gateway portal for demonic entities to come through and do a deed for one. Wow, that's because I don't know how often mirror magic would be used. I mean, I don't hear a lot of people speak on it, you know, but it says somebody was using, or that could pretty much be a person looking in a mirror and their shadow self being reflected back to them, and they're thinking evil thoughts. You know, like for instance, they may be mind boggling back and forth, like, should I do this? And their conscious, they're looking at themselves and their conscious, like, yeah, if I was you, I would do it. I wouldn't let that slide, you know. Don't let that person get away from that, you know. And you're looking back at yourself, yet your conscious is telling yourself, you know. So that's probably what was the case with that. Oh, ooh, all of these want to come out one at a time, Spirit, one at a time. This is a card saying a female was being accused of being a witch by many people. See all the finger pointing. So allegedly, maybe Zaria, they were saying, oh, she's a witch, she messes with root work and dark magic, and that's why he was in a situation he was in. So it could have been a lot of you say, I say, finger pointing, accusation type things. Oh, wow. You know what? It's this is about, look like 5 cards. I might have to do a part 2 with this because the time bracket. All right. Next is a hex curse has been put out towards a impregnated female to cause loss or complications to a baby. Now that's cold-blooded, and from what I understand, they have a new baby. I'm not sure how many months, but when Zaria allegedly, let's say allegedly, was pregnant, somebody didn't want her to conceive this child. All right, I'm gonna stop it at there. I think I'm gonna do a part 2 because we're going over time. So guys, tell me your thoughts, and we'll be back with the Frenchmen and the Dutchess. Love you guys. See you in a few.